Hi friends, let me move towards today's session. We have a small session today. It's not a lengthy subject. It's very small subject which we are going to deal with, and I'm starting right now with the topic payment of taxes under GST along with rules and formats, and then accounts and records. This is going to be the presentation plan of the day. It has been divided into two parts, you can see. First is payment of tax and second is accounts and records. Payment of tax, there are three relevant sections that we'll be touching upon. First deals with payment of tax, interest, penalty and other sums. And second deals with, section 45 deals with interest on delayed payment of tax, and then section 46 deals with tax deduction at source. After After relevant sections, there are rules also which have been notified, which are not notified but which are approved by the GST Council and which are supposed to be notified very soon. So we'll be discussing draft rules and formats of payment, and then thereafter there are two sections pertaining to accounts and records. How to maintain accounts and records, which are the section relevant, what is to be maintained, and then for what period it has to be retained. We will be dealing with that. All liabilities other than return accruing will be recorded in the ledger. All payments made out of cash or credit ledger against the liabilities would be recorded. Reduction or enhancement in amount payable due to decision of appeal, rectification, revision, review, etc. will be recorded in this part. Negative balance can occur for a single demand ID also if appeal is allowed, partly allowed. Overall closing balance can still be positive. Refund of pre-deposit can be claimed for a particular demand ID if appeal is allowed in favor of taxpayer, even though the overall balance may still be positive. It means even if the final balance is positive, but then also if any pre-deposit you have made and that has to be claimed as a refund, you will be allowed the refund of the same. When we will discuss the provisions pertaining to refund, we will deliver on that in detail. Now moving further, this was the format of electronic tax liability register. It said subject to section 44, which was pertaining to tax liability, that is tax payment pertaining to interest, tax, penalty, fees, etc. Payment of every liability as per return shall be made by debiting ECRL, that is electronic credit ledger, maintained as per rule 2, and or electronic cash ledger maintained as per rule 3, and the electronic tax liability register shall be credited accordingly. So now, up till now, I believe one thing is very clear to all of you, that rule 1 prescribes electronic tax liability register, which is to be maintained in GST PMT 1 format. There are two parts of it. Part 1 which pertains to liabilities which are shown in the return, and part 2 other liabilities, then